just this year, but in years past. And to hear John's eloquent remarks, I would be hard-pressed to write anything as eloquent as that. So I'm just going to shoot from the hip a little bit here tonight and talk a little bit about, for me, Notre Dame as I see it after 1 year. This is going to be my 21st year as being a head football coach. And in the first 20 years, I was doing other things. I wasn't at Notre Dame. I knew Notre Dame growing up as an Irish Catholic from Boston, Massachusetts, watching it on television and thinking one day that, boy, would it be great to be at Notre Dame. And I got that dream and I got that wish last year. And during that year, I got to find out what everybody in this room knows about Notre Dame. Certainly, this club has been more than just what our football team or basketball team has done. It's about your service. It's about the ACE program. It's about education. But boy, don't you feel better when the football team's winning? So I clearly know my role. I got it. I'm here to keep you guys fired up so you can continue to do the community service work, so you continue to do the things and the great things that you have done in this community. So what have I learned in a year at Notre Dame? Kind of interesting. I learned the things that have just been talked about. I learned about community this year. I learned about community when we had a terrible tragedy on campus and also lost the football game. And the next week, Friday night pep rally, we had the largest crowd of the year. That's community. That's Notre Dame. That's being there in times of adversity. That's truly what community is. And so when people talk about what's special about Notre Dame, I think about Lou Holtz when he said, "Those that know Notre Dame, no explanation is necessary. For those that don't, no explanation would suffice." And I think that really hits it when we talk about what's special about Notre Dame. Well, you have to be there. And so when you witness community like that in times of adversity, you start to understand when people say it's special. I learned about spirit. And spirit is in the entire university from top to bottom. And it starts with our president, Father Jenkins. I am the luckiest football coach in the country. Of course, he wants me to win 13 games like everybody else. But his leadership at Notre Dame is also what it makes it special. And I can tell you this, just this past week, I was in New York City. And we have, as you know, the #1 business school right now in the country, the Mendoza School of Business. And we were doing an event on Wall Street for our students in the business school that want to have internships. And of course, we're competing against the very best of the very best. But we were at a meeting. Father Jenkins was there. Our provost, Ham Burish, was there. John Affleck Graves, our executive vice president, was there. And the head football coach from Notre Dame. Where does that happen anywhere in the country? It's because we have a leadership in place that understands that all of these pieces need to move together. It can't just be football's over here and academics is over there. To me, that's spirit. The spirit that we're all trying to do the same things. Everything that was talked about tonight, those habits that John talked about, those are the things that we're talking about within our football program on a day-to-day basis. Those traditional values that are so important to everybody in this room and that are espoused in every program and business that is successful, we're doing the same things every single day. I call it working on winning. And so when I took over at the University of Notre Dame, the first question is, Coach, when are you going to start winning? I said, we've already started. I've had a meeting already with our football team, and we've already talked about those habits that you have to have. And those habits are trust, commitment, spirit. All of those things come together on a day-to-day basis within our football program. And they're not different from the mission of our university. So to me, leadership is we are all in lockstep in terms of what we're achieving on a day-to-day basis at the University of Notre Dame. And as you can tell, I'm pretty excited about the direction that we're moving. To borrow a Wall Street term, our blue chip stock is on a rise. And the last quarter, if you looked at the last quarter, you can see that there's some earnings out there for our stockholders that are desperately wanting to see a return on their investments.